Hi, I'm Eliza, and today I have some games and instructions that you can follow along with your eyes closed. So feel free to close your eyes now. The first thing we're going to do is a little imagination exercise and memory test, okay? So I want you to picture the following scene. I want you to imagine a fox. Imagine a fox, a sleepy fox asleep in a meadow, okay? Imagine a sleeping fox in a meadow. And imagine that around the meadow is lined with trees. Imagine what kind of trees. Are they tall or short? Are they blowing gently in the wind? Let's imagine that it's a pleasant sunny day and there might be a bit of a breeze. And in the meadow is full of daisies and dandelions. It's full of lovely little flowers. And as the fox sleeps, I want you to imagine a little bumblebee that's buzzing gently nearby, just flitting from flower to flower. And the fox's ear twitches at the sound of the bumblebee bumbling around nearby. Okay, so I want you to picture that scene, hold it in your mind's eye, and remember it because we're going to come back to it in a second. Now, I am going to tell you the name of a color card that I have, like a paint sample, and I want you to guess what color it is, okay? And we'll just keep the colors nice and basic. You don't have to be too specific, just the overall general color, okay? So, the first color that I have, it's called Autumn Embrace. The color is Autumn Embrace. I want you to picture Autumn Embrace and tell me what color it is. 3, 2, 1. It is orange. It's an orangey color, a very warm, kind of deep orange. Okay. Now I want us to cast our mind back to the scene that we were imagining. And can you tell me what flowers I mentioned in the field? What flowers did I mention? Good. I mentioned dandelions and daisies. Can you remember what the weather was like? What's the weather like? Good. I said it's a pleasant sunny day and maybe there's a breeze. That was up to you. And how many living creatures did we talk about? Good. We spoke about the fox and the bumblebee. Good. Okay. Now I want you to let go of that scene, and I want you to imagine instead a red panda. Imagine a fluffy red panda sitting on a branch of a tree, and you can imagine what kind of tree it is. Whereabouts is this tree? Is it in a forest? And the red panda has its tail over it like a blanket, like a fuzzy, cozy blanket tail. Okay, can you imagine that scene, please? And I'm going to tell you the name of another colour. This colour is called Earth's Core. Earth's Core. Please imagine what colour Earth's core will be. Tell me. 3, 2, 1. It is a red. It is a red colour. A bright red. Good. Okay. And thinking back to our panda friend, was the panda using its tail as a pillow or a blanket? Pillow or blanket? Good, it was a blanket. And where is the panda in your mind's eye? Where did you decide the panda was? Okay, very nice. How else did I describe the panda? What other adjectives did I use to describe it? Okay, I think I described it as fluffy. Fluffy, maybe I said small, maybe I said cute. I'm not sure. I was definitely imagining small, cute, and fluffy. I think I said fluffy. And red. Okay. Now the next scene I want you to imagine is a little mouse living in a burrow under an oak tree. Okay, imagine this little mouse in its burrow under an oak tree, and imagine that it is sipping a cup of hot chocolate, and the cup is a little acorn cup, like the top of an acorn makes a cup for the mouse to drink hot chocolate. Okay, do you have it? Okay, and you can give the mouse a name. Is the mouse living alone? Does it have any other friends or family that it shares its burrow with? What do you think? Okay, and what's the weather like outside the burrow? Is it a warm day? Is it a crisp and bright autumn day? Maybe it's raining and it's quite dreary outside, but the mouse is comfy and cozy on the inside. What do you think? What do you think? Okay. Now I'm going to tell you another colour name. This colour is called plum custard. Plum custard. Please imagine what colour plum custard will be. Okay. 3, 2, 1. It is purple. It is purple. It's more plum than custard, I guess. Yes, it is a purple colour. Good. And thinking back to our little mouse friend, what kind of tree is its burrow under? What kind of tree does it live under? Good. It was an oak tree. It was an oak tree, I think. Yes. And what drink was it drinking? Was it drinking a warm cup of tea, or coffee, or hot chocolate, or lemonade? What was it drinking? Good, it was drinking hot chocolate. And what did you decide the weather was like outside? Okay, very nice. I have a few more colour cards. The next card is called Regal Silk. Regal Silk. What colour is Regal Silk? 3, 2, 1. It is blue. It is a deep blue colour. Regal Silk. I might have thought Regal Silk would be purple or red, like a deep red, but in fact it is blue. And we'll do one more for now. This colour is called Parrot's Plume. What colour do you think Parrot's Plume is? 3, 2, 1. It is green. It's a bright green colour. Good. Okay. Next we have another mainly intuition test. Maybe you can work it out a little bit. I have a few books here, and I'm going to ask you some questions about the books. Okay, so I'm going to tap on the books. Okay, have a listen to this sound and tell me, do you think this book is a paperback or a hardback? Paperback or hardback? Okay, it is a hardback. And do you think this book is more or less than 200 pages? Listen, more or less than 200 pages. Okay, it is less than 200 pages. What colour do you think this book is? What colour? What's the predominant colour? Okay, it is predominantly white. The colour is predominantly white with a big orange on it. Do you think I have read this book? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, yes, I have read this book. And what genre do you think this book is? Or let's go broader. Let's say, do you think this book is fiction, non-fiction, poetry, or something else? Like it could be a notebook, for example. It could be a textbook. I suppose that's non-fiction. Okay, what type of book do you think this is? It's a poetry book. It is a poetry book, and it's called The Orange by Wendy Cope. Well done if you got any of those right. I have another book here, so have a listen to this one. See what differences you can hear. Okay. Do you think this book is a paperback or a hardback? Paperback or a hardback? This one is a paperback. It is a paperback. Do you think it is more or less than 200 pages? This time I will flip through the book, which might help give you a clue. One more time. Okay. Do you think it's more or less than 200 pages? It is more than 200 pages. What colour do you think this book is? What's the predominant colour of this book? It is predominantly black. It's predominantly black in colour. And what type of book do you think this is? Like non-fiction, fiction, poetry, notebook, something like that. What do you think? It is fiction. This is a fiction novel. Do you think I have read this book? Yes or no? Yes or no? The answer is no, I have not read this book. This book is The House of Spirits by Isabel Allende. The House of the Spirits by Isabel Allende, and I have not read it. Okay, this is the final book. The final book. Okay. Do you think this book is paperback or hardback? It is a hardback. Do you think it is more or less than 200 pages? I will skim through it again so that you can hear. I think this book is much quieter than the other one. Okay, more or less than 200 pages. What do you think? Okay, it is, let me just have a look. It is 248 pages, so it's over, but it's quite close. And what type of book do you think this is? What type of book? Okay, it is a notebook. It is a notebook. So I've read the bits that I have written, and the rest of it is blank. What colour do you think this book is? What colour? Can you imagine what colour it is? Okay, it is green. It is a green, a pale green, kind of, I'm not sure, maybe a sage colour. Good, okay. That is the end of that segment. Now I am going to draw a shape on my notebook here, and I want you to tell me what shape you think it is. Okay. I think you'll be able to figure this out. What shape is this? One more time. What shape? It was a triangle. A triangle. What about now? One more time. What shape was that? Good. It was a square. What shape is this? What shape do you think that was? It was a heart. A heart. Now I'm going to draw a small picture, and I want you to try to imagine what I'm drawing, okay? So you can use the sound and you can use our psychic connection, okay? So really try to tap into what I'm thinking. Okay, here it is. What do you think I just drew? What do you think that was? It was a stick figure with a balloon in its hand. A stick figure with a balloon. One more time, I'm going to draw another picture. do you think that was? It was a house with a chimney and some smoke coming out of it. One more picture. I'm gonna draw one more thing, okay? Okay, what do you think that was? The final picture. What do you think it was? Okay, it was a tree with a flower next to it. Well done if you got any of those correct. Now I have a few more colour cards. What colour do you think Fantasy Land is? This is called Fantasy Land. What colour? 3, 2, 1. It is purple. It's purple. A pale purple. A lilac colour. Okay. Your next colour is called Electric Storm. Electric Storm. What colour is Electric Storm? 3, 2, 1. It's blue. It is a blue colour. Maybe that one's fairly easy. Let's see. The next colour I have is called Country Tweed. What colour is Country Tweed? 3, 2, 1. It's brown. It is a brown colour. Pretty boring brown colour, to be honest. And let's do one more. I'm trying to find a colour where it's not really obvious. Okay, this colour is called Party Balloons. What colour is Party Balloons? Party Balloons. 3, 2. It is pink. It is pink colour. Pink. Pink Party Balloons. Good. Okay. Now the final thing. I want us to play an alphabet game of things to take on a picnic, okay? So how it works is I'll start with the letter A, and I'll say that I'm going on a picnic and I will bring an apple. I'll bring apples so that we can share one apple for me, one apple for you, okay? What are you going to bring on our picnic? You have the letter B. Okay, very nice. I will bring cranberries. I'll bring cranberries on our picnic. You have the letter D. What will you bring to the picnic? What did you choose? Okay, good, very nice. I will bring on our picnic I'm trying to think of something with the letter E. I could bring eggs, but it's not very exciting to bring to the picnic. I don't really like eggs, so it's not exciting for me, but I'll bring eggs. Maybe you like eggs. Okay, I'll bring eggs to the picnic. You have the letter F. What will you bring? Okay. F is kind of a tricky one. Oh, I've thought of what I'll bring. Sorry, it's your turn. But if it were my turn, then I'd bring Fanta for F. Sorry, it's my turn now. So I have G. So I'll bring to the picnic grapes. Grapes are a classic picnic food. You have the letter H. What would you like to bring? Okay, very nice. Letter I. I'm going to bring an ice cream. I'm going to bring an ice cream. It might melt, so we might have to eat the ice creams first, and then we can eat the rest of our picnic after. You have the letter J. What will you bring? Okay, very nice. I have the letter K. I'm gonna bring Kit Kats. I'll bring Kit Kats. L. You have L. What will you bring? Okay, very nice. Okay, L, M. I have M. I am going to bring... I will bring... I'm gonna bring mochis. I'm gonna bring mochis, like the little ice cream mochi, because those are my favourite. I'll bring mochis to the picnic. So you have the letter L, M, N, N. What will you bring with the letter N? Okay, very nice. And O. With O, I'm going to bring Oreos. I'll bring Oreos to the picnic. So you have N-O-P, P. What will you bring with P? Okay, very nice. I have P, Q, the letter Q. This is a tricky one. What will I bring with the letter Q? I will bring... the only food I can think of with Q is quince. So I guess I'll bring quinces. Or I could bring quince jam, and we could have it with our cheese and crackers. That would be pretty good. Okay, I'll bring quince jam. P, Q, R. You have the letter R. Okay, very nice. This is a very fun picnic that we have. It's quite a lot of food for just the two of us, but I think it will be fun. Q, R, S. I have S. I am going to bring, with the letter S, I'm going to bring sausages, like little cocktail sausages. I'm trying to think also of games, like a frisbee or something like that, but we've already gone past that. But that would be another fun thing to bring to the picnic, and also drinks and games. Or maybe a book, some kind of activity. Anyway, so what did I say? What letter are you on? Q, R, S. So now you're T. Okay, you have the letter T. Okay, very nice. I have Q, R, S, T, U. I'm gonna bring an umbrella in case it rains or if it's too sunny and we need to be under the shade. So T, U, V. Your letter is V. Okay. V is quite a hard one. I'm not sure if I can think of one for V. Ooh, I thought of Vimto. I would bring Vimto for V, but it's your letter. You can choose. You can bring whatever you like. Okay. So my letter is W, and I'm going to bring some water so that we stay hydrated while we're out in the sun for our picnic. W, X. You have X, that's a tricky one. You're going to have to bring something out of the ordinary. You could bring a xylophone and we could have a little music sash. I think that might be your best bet, really. Okay. And then I have Y, so I'll bring a yo-yo, and that can keep us entertained on our picnic. And then you have the letter Z. What are you going to bring with the letter Z? That's a tricky one. I'm trying to think if there are any like sweets that might begin with the letter Z. I think I'm thinking of zingy or zest. So I'm thinking that there might be some sour sweets beginning with the letter Z, but I can't think of any. Okay. Well, that was fun, and I hope you have enjoyed our time together, and I hope you're feeling a little bit more relaxed. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.